Wait, that's 1.2 million Canadian? That's a real Reddit comment from yesterday, under a listing that's a literal shoebox.
Impossibly unaffordable.
You're going to need an income of $200,000, maybe more, just to get the median priced house.
63% of those not already in the market have given up on ever owning a home. Residents tell us they doubt they'll ever be able to break into the market.
Do you think you'll ever be able to buy a house?
No.
If Barbie moved to Winnipeg, she wouldn't be able to afford her dream house, and Ken would be working at Tim Hortons.
Texans think it's satire. Australians are too stunned to roast us. Europeans send sympathy cards. In the States, 1.2 million buys you 6,000 square feet. Palm trees, pool, a garage big enough for 4 cars. In Canada, same money buys a 1,000 square foot house that wheezes when you breathe. 1 cracked porch, a bonus room that doubles as your panic attack shelter. This isn't real estate. It's a meme with property taxes. And the punchline, we're the only ones not laughing. To the rest of the world, Canadian housing isn't just expensive. It's hilarious.
I'll have to ask my accountant about that.
Reddit threads explode. TikToks in disbelief.
Well, why do you think homes are so expensive in Canada? Why do you think homes are so expensive in Canada? You know what the answer came back as? They said that Canadians are just willing to spend more.
British creators reacting like it's a prank show. That can't be the whole house. You pay property tax on that. How do you sleep with your neighbor's microwave inside your wall? Spoiler, you don't. You scroll past, you pretend it's normal, and you keep your head down while the rest of the world laughs. Here's what a typical listing looks like right now. Foundation that's settling. That means sinking, cozy. That means you can touch every wall from the toilet. And yet we still whisper the same line like it's gospel. Real estate always goes up. We're told to get in while we still can, even if it means sleeping beside your hot water tank, even if the walls are made of recycled IKEA regrets. But here's what nobody outside Canada understands. This wasn't an accident, it was engineered. Prices didn't just rise, they were built that way. Built like the homes themselves. Fast, flimsy, forgettable, 50 homes, copy, paste, flip, repeat. Developers bragged about efficiency, code for more boxes per acre, less soul per brick. We stopped asking what a home does for us and started asking what we can sell it for next. We used to measure wealth in land, in craftsmanship, in permanence. Now we measure it in how thin you can make the drywall without the buyer noticing until after closing. And that's when the system smiles, because the thinner the walls, the thicker the profits. And yet, we keep clapping. We call it just the market. $1 million for a teardown isn't a flex, it's a national cry for help. No one outside our borders thinks this is normal. They're not jealous, they're confused. We post listings and they turn into global comedy. That's not a home, that's an anxiety simulator. Looks like a furnace with a front door. Do you get a therapist with that mortgage? And we laugh. Because if we don't laugh, we'd scream. Deep down, everyone feels it. The pressure, the fragility, the fear that one rate hike could erase everything. We joke about open concept layouts, but what's really open is the wound we keep pretending isn't there. We built a culture on plywood and optimism, on the idea that owning meant winning. But somewhere along the way, a place to live became a lottery ticket. And somehow, losing still costs 6 figures. And that's where the story shifts. This isn't just mockery anymore. This is a market built to break. And now, it's cracking. So what happens when the world stops laughing? When the mockery turns into math, when overpriced stops being a punchline and starts being your listing price, that's where we are now. The crack didn't start with a crash. It started with silence. A listing sat for 2 weeks, then 4, then nobody asked. The home that would have sparked bidding wars, now it gets silence. Not lowballs, not insults, just nothing. Because buyers aren't angry anymore. They're just done playing. They've seen the headlines. Now they're watching the prices fall. And sellers, still pricing like it's 2021. But here's the punchline. Across Southern Ontario, prices have dropped $247,000 from the peak. In Hamilton, where I live, some areas are down even more. The same homes that made Reddit threads explode are now making sellers panic. Because when the world laughs at your market, and then your market corrects, you don't just lose equity, you lose time, you lose leverage, you lose the chance to move before everyone else sees what you already feel. Open houses are empty, same listings, same photos, same price, sellers think. If I drop the price, the panic becomes real. But here's the truth, it's already real. This market doesn't punish the worst homes, it punishes the last ones left. Every stale listing drags your value down. Every week that passes gives buyers another reason to walk. And if you're a Canadian homeowner sitting on a property right now, this isn't just market noise. This is your equity, your timeline, Your decision, and the window to make the right one, it's closing. You're not being tested on your home. You're being tested on your timing. If you're planning on moving in the next few years, you have three options. Option one, wait and hope. You ride it out. You trust that spring will be better. Maybe it is better. Maybe you lose another $100,000 like the average seller already has. Option two, panic and price slash. You wake up one morning and realize your neighbor just sold for less. You drop your price out of fear, not strategy, and now you're chasing the market down. Option three, move before the next wave hits. You stop procrastinating and launch with a plan. You price with precision. You position to stand out while others stall. And you close before the next 6 months, wipe out another six figures. I've sold hundreds of homes in this region. I've been through 3 market cycles, and I can tell you, the sellers who win aren't the ones with the nicest kitchens. They're the ones who moved before the mockery became their reality. Click the link below, download the free seller guide, or book your 10-minute strategy call. Because the next price drop, it's not waiting for you to be ready. I'm Mike Johnson. I work for Southern Ontario Homeowners, backed by 300 Google reviews. Together, we got this.